Anyway, let's get game number 1 underway. And we'll count this down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we are off. Both these players are underway, stacking pieces. Myles just slightly ahead. Just going a wee bit faster. So obviously these players are both playing well, pretty much neck and neck through the first 10 lines, a whole 10 lines. Rhubarb mentioning Somalian's lack of broken opener in the beginning of the game, but it is working off well as he is ahead and ahead by 2 lines. A little bit of a nice S flat there on the right side of the stack for Somalian. Does burn the single and knocks down a Tetris for the 94,000, but Myles ahead by about a Tetris now. Sitting at 114,000 through 21 lines, is set up for another one. And takes another one to take the lead. Well, Somalian does counter back. It is just over a Tetris lead here for Myles. And beautiful tucks it up for the T. Myles does have to take a little bit of a burn there, taking a double with the S. And Somalian, instead of burning with that like Myles did set up a bar dependency on the left side of the stack. Is going to fill this in and actually use this as a nice opportunity to burn the stack down a little bit to stay healthy. And takes the Tetris go to 190,000 points, so Myles still about a Tetris lead. Somalian was able to counter back with the Tetris there. And Myles immediately takes one back himself. So 216 to 237. Through about the almost first half of this pre-transition play. Calling it pre-transition is a little bit, of a weird feeling nowadays. Being that there's, 2 fundamental transitions in the game now. But still transition. You just refer to them each as transitions and it should work out. Speaking of things working out, Somalian stack working out beautifully, is down 7 lines and actually has, I think, a slight pace lead here. 3 lines down. Yeah, I could say it's pretty neck to neck. Maybe with a slight favorite towards Somalian, but not much. Very close through 70 lines. Somalian not having the best board here parity wise, does have to fill things in and does so, works out. And it hit both of the players at roughly the same time, but they're both scoring again. Myles 9 lines in the future though, and only ahead by about Tetris and a half. So with this Tetris here, Somalian will take the lead, going to 427,000 points through 93 lines, while Myles 438 with the Tetris to go to 98. Myles with a bar dependency filled it in, now has a very exaggerated double well, being both 9 and 10. Does have to do a little bit, sets up some tucks, and misses the S spin. With transition coming up in 30 lines, you don't want to be in that boat. But there's still enough time where you can clean this up pretty nicely and be able to start scoring, just like Myles is doing here. Burns it with a T. Very interesting. Did not necessarily see it that way, but it works. And is 9 lines in the future still in Somalian with this Tetris here takes the lead truly to the 499,000. So Somalian looking for a 600,000 transition here, if perfect, through the remaining of the game roughly. Myles takes the Tetris 516 at 122 lines. And Ryan, thank you for the bits with the saying Peyton, Beepo, and CTM hello. Thank you, Ryan. Of course, Ryan, congratulations on a great chess weekend. I know I've said it, but I wanted to say on a nice bigger stage so you get what you deserve. Somalian transitions 598. We'll have to do a little bit of burning here. Recognition is the word I was thinking. Sorry, the transition coming up really threw me for a loop. And Myles sitting at 571 takes a Tetris, going to 597. So a little bit of a lead here for Somalian still. Takes a Tetris, going to 633. And Tetris 4 Somalian. Myles, of course, does have the advantage of the pretty extended 29 play compared to Somalian. So Somalian has to try to rack up as much as he can on the 19 speeds. And he's doing a phenomenal job at that. 713 through 155 lines. Oh, and that beautiful burn with that J into the Tetris. Absolutely just 200 IQ plays there for Somalian. Okay, but he's gonna have to do some burning here. Beautiful burns. Bar dependency forms, and we'll have to fill it in, but he's able to knock down Tetris before having to worry about, you know, opening up the holes that were created from that. And just like that, Somalian is pretty much cleaned out. Just has to make sure he doesn't hang the S piece, and doesn't hang it. Okay, it's a little bit of an awkward J dependency for high, but gets a bar over for the Tetris. Now we'll be setting up for a triple, takes a double instead. Myles with the same pieces, ahead in lines ever so slightly. Does take the double there, and is playing too high, but this should be fine for Myles. You know, rolling does give you the extended mobility, and Somalian with a nice triple there. I don't think that flip was intentional for Myles, but still it should be able to get out of this. Might have to just do a little bit of burning. Gets the Tetris. Oh, Somalian! Somalian, and that's gonna be it! 821! Oh, the pieces just, he held out and just the bar didn't come in time. So Myles at 847 is good, and we'll get heart number 1. And of course, be sure to increment the seed by 1 in both of the first 2 digits. Of course, Somalian is listed as Le Captain RRR, as that is his Twitch name. Yeah, no problem. So I believe it's 2-5. So we have readies from both players. Let's count them down. Count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And Myles the Great's name, of course, in a reference to the fact that Myles is pretty great at Tetris. Ooh, but kind of hangs an L all the way on the left side. This is gonna be, just make for some fun down stacking. Somalian, of course, not a stranger to the community by any means. Definitely one of the focal, I don't want to say focal points because that's not the right word, but definitely a highlight of the community. You know, even to the point where he traveled to, I believe it was Spain, for the Iberian qual, being only one of a handful of players in the last, since the post-pandemic Tetris world, to travel internationally for a tournament, including, you know, players traveling for CTWC. He's a very, very cool person, very prolific, that's a good word, in the online scene, as is Myles. Myles, of course, shaping himself each day to be an elite player, has definitely worked up very hard. Beautiful line spin tuck for Somalian. Is a certified Craigasm moment in the chat. Myles fills in the bar dependency and gets the Tetris. 155,000 points to Somalian's 212 through 45 lines. So Somalian only burning a very little bit. Yes, Myles has, you know, kind of just exploded in terms of his skill and play style. Rolling has really helped him move up to the top of the ranks and become a truly elite player. I am really excited to see what he can and hopefully will continue to do. And, you know, maybe this month's Challengers is a launching point for him to even go further. I'd love to absolutely see that. I'd love to see any of these top four succeed, as they are all at the cusp, really. Somalian, definitely a fan favorite player as well. Somalian is also, I'd say, done a lot as well to his name, you know. One of the, I'd say we had one of the biggest, like, reveals in classic Tetris history. Very fun moments, of course. And just a very fun player to watch, and a very fun player to interact with, and just to be friends with. As is Myles. As Myles is in the lead by about a Tetris, sitting at a 2-line advantage as well, or 2 lines in the future, I should clearly add. So it was more neck and neck in the favor of Somalian in the early stages of this game, but through the third quarter of this pre-transition play, it's all been Myles's ball, just scoring repeatedly. And takes a Tetris go to 399,000, so Myles will just be past 400,000 once 100 lines does hit, as will Somalian. As actually Somalian sitting at 381, did have to do a little bit of burning. So, while Myles does take a Tetris here, does have a little bit of a lead in terms of line count as well, but it's still, you know, the score lead is in Myles's favor. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Welcome in, Pumpy Heart. Lovely as always to see you this last weekend. And Tetris for Myles. We're sitting 1 Tetris away from the transition for Myles, and 1 away now for 2 away for Somalian. Myles will Tetris into the transition at 543. Somalian does take the Tetris here, has 1 left, and is set up for the next one. And transitions at 526. So Myles did have about a Tetris lead going into the transition. but it is close. I mean, a game separated by one Tetris. As it's anyone's game. And you can see Somalian definitely pushing himself here to be a little bit more aggressive and efficient. We saw that in the last game, and just that drought was unfortunately the real proverbial, you know, nail in the coffin. But Myles, like I said, does have the 29 play advantage. It is not unheard of for, you know, Myles to be able to score, you know, 200,000 at least extra points in that extra 10 levels. At least. Ooh, but we may not need to get to that even at all, as Myles in a little bit of a spicy situation of the down stack, which will allow for Somalian to actually take a lead potentially. As Myles getting close to solving this. We'll just need an L or a bar. Gets the bar. And Myles just a few pieces away from being clean out of this with Somalian with a about 2 Tetris lead, just under 2 Tetris lead. Myles just needs... Wow, what an absolute awful J burst. I mean, he was able to get out of it just fine, but that's not the piece they needed. Oh, and that the J burst actually is hurting Somalian. Oh, and hangs the bar in column 9. This might be it for Somalian. Can't get the bar over. So Myles needs to chase down 824. 824K. 2 Tetrises will do it. Or 1 in a line out. And the Tetris will do it as Myles takes the game and goes up 2-0. GG's. Unfortunate bar hang there, of course. But GG's, Somalian knows that he has to play and be the more aggressive one there. But is doing very well. And we have readies across the board for game number 3. So let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Somalian does have to start with a little bit of burning. Needs something for the left side of J or bar, and gets the bar immediately. I'm just holding out for another bar. Really wants to start capitalizing and scoring Tetris as Myles already has 2 on the board. And Somalian will score his first Tetris there. Myles not opting to spin the Z in there, instead taking about 4 or 5 burns. I didn't exactly get the exact count, but I was able to not really risk things a whole too much and just cleanly burn it down. Still has the Tetris lead over Somalian at 28 lines. So really nothing to really stress or worry about. hope everyone is doing well today. Had a good day, good evening, good night, whatever, wherever, you know. Good morning, wherever it is, you know. I want it to be good. Just like both of these players, Somalian does have a bar dependency on the left side, and actually handled that beautifully. Scores the Tetris. Myles, of course, still in the lead by about 2 Tetrises, and is behind in lines now. So, true lead, of course, for Myles. When I say of course, I don't want it to come off, you know, as a demeaning way. I just mean both line count and score being in his favor indicate that he is the leader. And another Tetris there, going to 283,000 through 60 lines, whereas Somalian 242,000. Down by about 2 Tetrises. Somalian really didn't want to put that L piece in columns 8 and 9. Trying to maximize without ruining the board state. Tetris for Somalian, 334, 354 for Myles, so 20,000 point lead. So under a Tetris lead now for Myles. Great and beautiful burn with that T piece. It's unfortunate that is not going to burn. I don't know if Myles thought it would, or just didn't know what else to do with the piece, or could have just intended to do it there. Sometimes these good players make decisions that you wouldn't, and they're really better at, and it shows in those situations. And Somalian ended up getting a pretty high dirty left well Tetris while I was rambling. So into the lead now at 409,000 points, while Myles at the same line count, 391. Somalian has to be careful, doesn't want to create a bar dependency, but kind of not getting dealt the best pieces for his board. Still in the lead, opens up the right side, just needs something to set up for the Tetris. And gets the bar for it. 460 at 109 lines to 437 through 105. Tetris for both, keeping the Tetris deficit at 1 in Somalian's favor. Hello, Aaron. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, Myles gotta be careful. That tuck. It burns it beautifully. And Tetris. Go to 513. Myles could easily burn into the transition here. Next line will do it, or try this out for Tetris. See if the game will be cooperative, and it's not really being cooperative for setting up for it. But he's spamming those bars all the way to the left and takes the Tetris into 19 at 543 and takes another one immediately after. Somalian with about a Tetris lead still here, though, in the early stages of the post-transition play. And another Tetris there to boot. 618 to 611. It is either player's game now, as we are on 19. Somalian would like to know that Myles did make a little bit of a misdrop there. But we saw Myles' survival in the last game very much helped him able to take that, or helped him take that game, as he's just doing what he has to do, down stacking, playing some of the best Tetris that he can play. And beautiful adjustment of the T last second to set up for that burn. And Myles knocks down the Tetris, go to 664. Somalian takes one here, and as does Myles through the 171. We are, only a few pieces behind in the sequence. Myles, that's not going to burn. Opens it up in column 4. Somalian opens it up with that J burn. Needs to get the pieces to the left side though and gets the bar for the Tetris. Oh boy, we have about 100,000 point deficit. Myles' little burn sequence allowed for Somalian to take a rather sizable lead. But definitely not insurmountable, as Myles is able to take a Tetris for the 794. And Tetris here will close the deficit, making it under 100,000 point game. Both players now in level 26, only have a few more levels before the next transition does hit. Somalian, I think, adjusting his grip. Oh, under taps that T! So I think he's adjusting his, seating, so you can easily transition to rolling in the next couple levels. Burns this out, would like a T. Hi, Mark. And Tetris, 988. And Tetris for Myles, 970. So it is actually slightly favoring Myles now, as they're both with a max out here. AO, ooh, mistrap there of the L. Yeah, Somalians have the burn into 29, and this board is not conducive to a healthy game. So Myles at A42 is already good, and moving on to the finals to face the winner of Doge and Opox. GG's. Of course, thank you. Wait, okay. Live on Aurora's channel, got it. Let's just look at the bracket as it currently stands while we set up for the next one. Myles making his way to the finals to face Doge or Opox, and we'll get that set up in just a moment. We're gonna run an ad break for those who are not subscribed or Twitch Turbo members. Yeah, and for those who are, thanks for the support. I still can't believe Opox had that crazy set. It was Opox's stencil I goofed up when I was rearranging stencils. Of course it was. I only stretched it by a couple pixels. Oh, it's still off. Still off. It's gonna be one of those ones where it's gonna be like... There we go. It is 39 halt. 39 halt line cap. Okay, you can do that. I was gonna say you don't have to use it. I mean you have to use line cap, but we can just cut it off at 30 after 39. But if you can easily install it, okay, that works. This Opox can warm up. I got you. I don't know if I have it on this computer. Never mind. Yeah, smooth. Smooth coming in clutch. So I know we had to get line cap on a bunch of EverDrives this last weekend. That was fun. Oh, Pumpy. I will not talk about copyright law on a lovely, lovely channel that is not mine. And I'm sure Pumpy appreciates that. The Doge is just getting added to the drive. It's true. Opox coming in saying, hey, Doge, good luck. We'll get a seat in the chat too while we're at it. Yes. Exactly, Pumpy. We all dumped our own ROMs. And everything. From our acquired copies of Tetris on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Copyright LORG 1989. And Ryan with the bits. Thank you so much, Ryan. As always, it is appreciated. Yeah, Opox earlier in the month took a set and one game, you know, won the match and lost a game despite having the higher score. The first victim, non-masters victim of line cap. How cool is that? Halt. Yep. And the seed, of course. 59 FE D6. Another good match here that I think either player can take, and it's a toss-up. Yes, the seed is 59 FED6. 59 Foxtrot Echo Delta 6. We're ready from Doge. Make sure you are on seed. I'm not sure if you are Opox. I don't think so. It says Tetris. Yes, and it's also not double kill screens. Halt. 4 challengers. I don't know if Opox has it. I'm just gonna say, yeah, Opox. All good. If they're ready from Doge, Opox just fixing that really quick. And like nothing even happened. All good, all good, all good. Let's count down game number 1. This is gonna be a good one. Let's count down 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Doge playing Nerf 2 right now. Does not have his head on. And K9 with the 321 bits saying go Doge. Thank you, K9. And we are off to the races. No guarantee that either player, you know, will take it on 18 or 19 speeds. This might come down to what comes down in the last 10 levels from 29 to 39. We saw Opox did get impacted by it in the earlier rounds. It'd be interesting to see if it once again impacts him. Yes, Doge's hand cam is frozen. So I have 149,000 points, 172,000 now for Doge. Opox takes the Tetris here, 191, 342 lines. So there's slight pace lead here for Doge, but very small. Now just small lead. Opox takes the lead back to Tetris. And Tetris for Doge, 240 to 237. Separated by one line and just under 3,000 points, or just over 3,000 points. But now that's going to separate here as we are about to score 2 Tetrises for both players. And Zoltan, welcome in. And we have, through the first half of the pre-transition play, a Tetris here for Opox, 309 through to 305. Either player's game. And a Tetris and change, I think, gonna be coming here for Doge. Had to take the change a little early. Able to get those bars all the way to the left. And Doge knocks down the Tetris to go to the 361. Now Opox takes one here to go to 378. Into the lead. True lead here for Opox. But then Doge immediately strikes back and does take the lead back. And Willie Spoke, thank you for the resub, 9 months. Much appreciated. Your support here in the last 3/4 of a year have been very appreciated and mean a lot. Thank you. Doge 431 and 94 lines, and Pumpy Heart with 26 bits. Thank you. Ooh, Doge getting high up here. Should be able to get out of this. Just needs a T or a Z. Gets the T, opens up the right side, and just needs a bar. And knocks down the Tetris to go to the power 457. So through the first 100 lines. Oh, and K9 giving out 10 subs. Wow, thank you so much, K9. This means absolutely so much. We will, after the match, run through who got them and just thank you for that. Doge in the meantime does need something for the left side, gets a bar over. Okay. Does have a little bit of a rough pair. Oh, beautiful flat burn. And gets it. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Beautiful play there for Doge. Has one line left before the transition. And just clean it up beautifully. Opox, oh, in a little bit of a tough situation himself. Doge is going to transition with the Tetris 584. Opox needs something for the left side. Gets the J over. And while Doge knocks down a couple more Tetrises to go to 635 into level 20. Opox 528. Oh, hangs the bar, but gets that one over. It is tough to say, but I think Opox can get this down pretty quickly. A bar would help escalate this down stacking situation quite nicely. While Doge, put that J all the way into the left. Oh, but can't rotate that J. So we need some near perfect rolls here for Doge, and that's going to be it. 643. So Opox needs to get to 644. $644 Tetris there. A couple more will do it. And Opox just needs a little bit more. Doesn't even need a Tetris. Can line this out. Was trying to do it with sound. Gets the bar for the Tetris and takes game number 1. And while you're at it, Doge. Oh, Doge already take off his headset, I think. Oh, I was gonna say adjust the hand cam as well. It's actually a body cam for Doge, and he just keeps his hands like that 24/7. So the seed will be 6A. And just ask also if you can really quickly refresh the hand cam. Cobalt, very true. Hi, Cobalt. Six A. Hey, can you like turn on and turn off your hand cam again, Doge, really quick? There we go. $6A. We have readies all around from both players, so let's count down game number 2. Yes, 6A. Yep. Let's count down game 2 then. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we are off. TZL. So through the early stages, both players have a few Tetrises. Opox next, another one down to go 77,000. Meanwhile, Doge 114 through 21 lines, playing pretty close to perfect. And another Tetris for Doge to go to 161 through 30 lines. Opox sitting at 100,000. 104,000 to be precise at 28 lines. So Opox catching up, only down by about Tetris and change now to Doge, but Doge is able to knock one down here. They go to 231 through 44 lines. So Opox started off with a little bit of burning, but able to kind of play efficient ever since those first few burns. Doge in the meanwhile knocks down a Tetris here. They go to 254. Opox takes one here. They go to the 198. So just over 2 Tetris lead. And another Tetris for Doge. Doge sitting at just shy of, or just about 700k transition pace. Sitting at 368 through 68 lines, while Opox 271 through 65. So Doge really efficient through the first half of this 18 speed play. Doge does have to do a little bit of burning here. Was able to do so very nicely and very efficiently. 397 through 80, so we're still looking for just about 500k at 100 lines. At 420 through 84,000, make it 443 through 88 lines. The point being, very good game. I mean, Opox having a very respectable game as well. 367 through 87 lines. Just kind of, vibing through. It's doing a lot of traditional stacking. Nothing really crazy or flashy adjustment wise. Still early enough and low enough. These players are just getting really good bar timings and now don't have to really do anything out the traditional stacking. 535 for Doge through 105 lines. 437 for Opox and gets a Tetris. They go with the 460,000 points. And Doge, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful burns and overall stacking health. Go the 583, Opox at 483, but Doge is 7 lines in the future. So it is not exactly a 100,000 point lead here for Doge. But Doge has no 600k transition still possible, you know, just above his, I guess just above mid 600k transition. One Tetris available. Can burn 1 line before, you know, or I guess can burn 1 line and still Tetris into the transition. I will just transition with that burn. 653, very respectable score. And Tetris again, that goes 677. Opox sitting at 577 through 129 lines. And another Tetris for Doge, 705 in level 20. Opox Tetris is 601. So Opox about 2.5 Tetrises down into transition, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be interesting to see what he's able to do, as Doge does have a little bit of burning to do here. He's gonna go dirty with it and hangs, and that's gonna be it. 732. Those are the Chasedown for Opox. Needs to get to 733. Oh, but a misrotation there. Oh, beautiful burn. There's no bar coming, and this is what killed Doge. It's lack of bar, and that's gonna kill Opox at 659. So we are tied at 1 apiece here. Oof is indeed correct. Obviously want the best from both these players. So the next one will be 7B. Seven B is the seed. Let me know when you two are ready. With getting a little bit of 29 practice in there, maybe just kind of help warm up their rolls. We have the ready from Opox. And they're ready from Doge. So let's count down game number 3. We are tied in the set at 1 apiece as either player's set. So let's count them down. I'm gonna give Doge a quick refresh. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So Opox does have a little bit of burning to do to the start. Kind of similar to what we saw in the last game, which allowed for, not just allowed for Doge to have a pretty sizable lead going into the transition, and you know that 2 Tetris or so lead just was enough for Doge. Both players playing pretty high up on the board. Doge opens up the right side and gets the bar over for the Tetris. You know, Opox holding out for the bar, does have to use that bar to burn. And then beautiful tuck for Doge. My god, just absolutely, you know, not a comfortable move by any stretch of the imagination. Playing this high up, even if playstyle allows for you, it's still, you know, you have to be very precise. And both players knocking down Tetris. 152 for Doge, 78,000 for Opox through 39 lines, and Simul Tetris again 175 to 101,000. And T-spin for Opox. Beautiful solve of that situation. Meanwhile, Doge has to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't really have the best. No, it's okay now. Didn't at the time really have the best board to accommodate a large variety of pieces. And that placement did kind of throw off the parity of the board a little bit. Let's see how Doge just needs an L or a J, sets up with the J dependency and gets the J immediately following. And knocks down the Tetris. Opox almost caught up, still down. Well, it is down in lines as well, so it's a much closer game than anything indicates. So Doge, beautiful placement of that S. You know, intuition kind of tells you one thing, but that was a, you know, very conscious choice that worked out very well. And hopefully you can see that pay off as he was able just to keep a nice healthy stack. I'll build up a little high, you know, had beautiful, still had a little beautiful slope to it a little. Doge gets the bar for the Tetris and is set up for 2 more. Opox just waiting for the bar. You know, Doge is gonna knock down another Tetris. Opox can't quite score with that bar as he had to take that for a burn. Now does not want to create a bar dependency in column 3. Ends up using a bar anyways. So Doge opened up about 100,000 point lead again, sitting at 377,000. Takes a Tetris, goes to 400,000, 105 lines. Opox still burning, so this is just going to keep growing and growing for Doge. And Tetris for Doge, 446 through 114. Opox able to get the bar for the Tetris. And Doge, beautiful burns, and knocks out another one, so it has potentially 3 Tetrises left. Okay, now just 2 after taking that double. So Doge will transition over 500k unless he takes 2 singles here. Meanwhile, Opox has 1 more Tetris available. Will transition shy of 400,000. And Tetris is into the transition at 392. So Doge at 545. Pretty sizable lead in the early stages of this post-transition play. As long as Doge can stay alive, I mean, just keep knocking down Tetrises and you're gonna have a slightly relaxed time into 29 as Opox in a dig about Xbox level. Oh, and can't get the T all the way over. Gonna need to get a perfect roll of that bar, and does just that. Beautiful survival here for Opox. And he's gonna downstack this just absolutely beautifully. Oh, and that burn does set up a little bit of a dependency, but you know, brings the stack into a more manageable situation. Does have to take, once again, a few burns. Ooh, putting that bar vertical in column 2. A little bit of a rough situation now for Opox as Doge at 746. Effectively almost 300,000 point lead after another Tetris or 2. When Opox just hanging the ass. Just can't quite get those all the way over to the left, and that's gonna be it. So Doge at 753 will get heart number 2, and we have a match point here for Doge. And Ninja of Ninjas coming in with a tier 1 sub for 7 months. Thank you so much. While we're here really quick, I guess we can just thank you, K9, once again for the gifted subs in game 1. And gifted subs going to, oh boy, I'm gonna butcher the names. Torinthia, Gelzer, John Boy 27, Viegas 2002, Obi Joyful, Rito Dad, Last Damnation, Cat Kit 91, Tilvax, and Mori 0627. Well, thanks, K9. Of course, it's still the player's game. No definitive, no definitive winner here. Doge did have a little bit of an advantage on the 18. And 20Dan03 with the resub for 21 months. Thanks, Dan. We have readies all across the board. So let's count down game number 4 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we are off to the races once again. No, it did not come through your door or come to your door. Or something about the superhero Thor, or no rhymes. We leave the creativity up to some other people who are better at it. Or how about it'll knock you to the floor? Or other things. Doge pushing down with roll. Very interesting. Must really have to use the restroom. But also, what the interesting thing is we're separated by under a single worth of points. Nah. Oh, rhubarb. Both of these players just absolutely phenomenal at the game. Opox, yeah, having a little bit of a struggle set here, but we saw what he was able to do in the earlier rounds of the tournament. I mean, had super impressive performance. Just unfortunately, you know, not every day can be your peak, and you know, Doge is taking advantage of that by being super efficient on 18. Having a strong lead in the 19, forcing Opox to do a little bit because both these players can play on 29, so you have to up your aggression a little bit. And the hang of the S piece there for Opox, not fatal by any means, just really annoying. Opox starting to divulge the score a little bit, or I guess diverge in score from, not divulge, that's literally the wrong word, from what Doge has been keeping up pace wise. Doge sitting at 69 lines, 329,000 points, takes the Tetris to go to 352. Opox takes the Tetris to go to 316. So we were really neck and neck at one point, but just a little bit of misdrops, or a few misdrops, really allowed for Doge to capitalize and just score a little bit here and there. And that's how you take the lead. You know, all it takes is a couple extra Tetrises from your opponent, and then next thing you know, you have 60, 70,000 point lead. And a few of those in the game can really open up things. 100, 200,000 points, as we saw in the one of the previous games, game number 2 or 3, 2. Doge in a very interesting situation here. Oh, that burn was so good with that S. The S vert actually might have been like super big brain. Not quite Tetris ready, but you know, that was a super clean solve for Doge. Just waiting for a bar now. Opox gets the bar over just in the nick of time. 468, Doge 514 at 123 lines, takes the Tetris, one more available before hitting 19 speeds. The Doge transitioning mid 500Ks. Opox still actually good transition, a little higher than Doge. This Doge transitions 561 on the dot. Opox, oh, those bars didn't really come at a good time. Wasn't using them to score, but able to score the Tetris there. So actually, Doge will still have the lead going into transition. So Opox will have to catch up a little bit, about Tetris behind in pace from Doge at the moment. Ooh, Opox didn't really know what to do with that J, but ended up working out very well. Got 3 Js in a very short succession and beautifully solved it. Opox now sitting 595, the Doge is 665. Opox couldn't get the 5 tap of the bar, so has to get into a little bit of a dig up here, about next box level again. Kind of a tough situation. Doge though, we need something for the left side to help build this out. Oh, holds out for that square just in time. Meanwhile, so 684. Opox just having a really tough day. Just gets the bar over. Doge is still in this. This is Opox. 744 for Doge. Opox cleaner and not quite out of this. Hangs it, and that's not gonna burn anything. Just beautiful 1906-esque survival. Oh, it hangs the bar. Could have gotten the dirty Tetris, but the bar just couldn't get over. Then got another one immediately after. So Doge at 844 will get a heart. Number 3, and we'll take the set 3-1. So we have our finals here, which will be Doge Tetris taking on Myles the Great. But yeah, we're just gonna run another ad quick, and we'll get set up for the next one.